Welcome back, guys. Automotive Inc. here. So haven't had a video in about a week. To all my watchers who watched the last when I did the 2011 LML Duramax review of my dad's truck. My dad is no longer with us, and so I've been taking some time to kind of deal with that and be there for family and just to kind of absorb that loss. And so just a little public service announcement before we get going. If you have a loved one, you have a parent that's still with you, a grandparent, call them up today, tell them you love them, and make sure you spend some more time with them. Anyway, let's talk about, I've been getting a lot of questions about Big Red. So Big Red's new to the channel. We still have the General, obviously, so you can see right there we still got him, so he's went nowhere. But some of the biggest questions that I've had, let's get to the nitty gritty. Okay, so Big Red is a 2024. That is the biggest question, because people see the interior in this pickup and say that's not a 24 because the 24 would have the new interior. Yes, in some respects. So the custom and the work truck are carryovers when it comes to the interior, but it gets all the rest of the 24 updates, and the custom for this year gets a lot of extra swag. So it was always kind of an excellent trim to get. It's kind of like the STX in the Ford, and also the Bighorn Sport. Those are kind of like some upper trim pluses here, but for Chevy, the custom was always a good trim level, and it continues on this year. So one thing that we can tell that it is a 24R. So for 24, Chevrolet drops the Chevrolet wording across the front and gives you the bow tie. So you're gonna say, well, that kind of looks like last year's High Country LTZ. You are correct, but for the most part, the grill has changed a smidge. We still have the active air dams inside of there and everything like that. You get the bigger faux hood scoop on the gas model, but again, that is one of the biggest things. When people see it, they're like, well, I don't understand why it has that old interior. And I can't honestly tell you how long that's going to continue, but after driving it, the interior is a little bit like old feeling, especially when you see that new LTN Up interior. I mean, it is beautiful, and I love what they did. But for the channel, I needed meat and potatoes, meaning I needed the 6.6 gas, I needed the 10-speed Allison, and I also needed the factory puck system so I can flip my hitches back and forth without any type of extra add-ons. So it is indeed a 24 custom version. So if you are also a GMC fan, the base and pro will also have the 23 interior. But again, it's very functional, it gets the job done, and it's actually, by this model year, they've got all the rattles and squeaks and BS done. So it really was very, very nice. All right, so next big question. 6.6 liter? Yes, 10-speed Allison. So that is a 24 thing. Not knocking the 6-speed that came in the earlier version of the 6.6 liter, but the 10-speed is the game changer. Okay, so everybody that has a 6.6 liter and said, you know, still wonder if the diesel's better. Nah, just get the more updated transmission and you're going to be plenty happy. We got a lot of great content coming up on that. We also did a Battle of the Plains, the Beast in the East, the Goliath. They went out to the eastern Colorado and did a bunch of rolling plains on a 108-mile round trip. So check my channel for that, and you can see a 4-part series and an analysis of what I thought. In addition to that, coming up soon, we will have the Gauntlet, but not just a short version, not the 8-mile run they do on the other channels. This is going to be from Denver to Silverthorne and back with each truck. We're going to do an MPG, everything like that. Okay. So another part of this is people ask, you know, I used to kind of give you updates of what I'm doing, but I found out that other channels were basically literally copying my videos to a T, and those people already have thousands, 50,000, 60,000 subscribers. They were coming over here and copying my videos and my titles and stuff like that. So I'm not going to be as elusive and not tell you what we're doing, but I'm not going to let all the cat out of the bag on everything that we are doing. So yeah, so just a quick heads up on that. All right, next biggest thing I get asked a lot is MPGs. Okay, this truck only has about 800 miles on it. that's improving as we go, but it's right on track with what the Godzilla is doing. But the Godzilla does do better MPG wise. So I'm not even going to tell you what that number is right now, because it's not broken, it's not fair, and everything like that. But in addition to the MPGs, people want to talk about fuel. I run premium in the Godzilla, so for testing purposes, I'm going to run premium in this truck. I'm going to give it every advantage that I possibly can, because we already know it's short on horsepower from the Godzilla. So it doesn't necessarily benefit at all, but it's only fair. Okay, I'm not going to run this and that. It's not definitely going to hurt it, but if I was to say run this on 85 versus 87, which is what the book says it runs best on, that would be an unfair advantage to do that with that. So, all right. So as must-have upgrades, this truck did not come from Chevy with running boards. So I'm going to go through my quick must-haves for the truck. Because people are like, well, what would you add on to it? This truck already comes with everything, but I'm going to show you what I did, and you can do all of these for about $1,500 total. Okay, I start with upgrading the headlights to LED. I don't mess with the blinkers because I don't want to deal with hyper flash. I did boards on the Amazon, less than $200. Get them in about 2 weeks. These look just like the OEM ones. They're plenty sturdy. So I have a link in my running board install, so you can search the channel. If you're looking for boards, that's good to go. Again, the way Chevy uses these tail lamps are also the blinkers, but this is its own separate light, so we upgrade the LED lighting. I have a series on the channel, how to do the Chevy lighting in addition to doing the Ford lighting. So I did swap those out. Again, you're going to be able to do everything I'm talking about for less than that. Did the LED bulbs in the license plate lights. Again, these lights, along with the reverse lights being brighter, are going to help your camera work better. So we did that. Okay, we went ahead and did an Undercover Ultraflex, so that'll be here this Sunday. We'll get that installed. I always do a tonneau. So being the tonneau, the running boards, LED lighting, we're still not even at $1,200. All right, so I installed these little scuff guards on the paint, because no matter how many times you get in and out and you're careful, you're still going to bang your foot on there and scratch that up. So it's good just to have those gone. I would typically do Husky liners, exact contours, but they felt bad because of a couple glitches in the black package weren't installed yet, and I'm missing the auxiliary ports in the back, so they threw in these. But yeah, you got to get some good mats in there, and a lot of people say, well, I just buy the rubber floor. Well, I like carpet. All right, so you can get those on Husky's website if you want, or you can run out the Chevy ones. I always put these little rubber inserts along the whole door. You can buy the set on Amazon. They look great. I'll put a link in my channel, and they come in multiple different colors. Most of the rattles that come in your truck come from the crap we put in there. So I like to put those in there. They look nice, but they're super cheap, and they supply you with all the ones for up on the dash and everything like that. So that rounds out the things that I would do. So when people are like, what are the must-have accessories? I say cover your floor, you know, get the running boards if you didn't get them, get a tonneau cover if you're going to put crap in there, because I like hauling a lot of stuff, and everything like that. Now on to, somebody was asking me on my window sticker video where we went through it, I'm supposed to have aux ports back here, so charge ports. So in the custom before, you didn't get charge ports down here. It says I'm supposed to have them, then it says there's a delete for it and a credit, later retrofit. I don't know, the dealer's looking into that. It's kind of odd, but the wiring is in there if you can get your hands on the little thing. But new for 24, you'll still get your USB and USB-C charger. You will not get a standard 12-volt round plug type. Not that a lot of people are still using that, but that was a question of, they're saying, well, why don't I have charge ports? That wasn't a custom thing anyway, but you could add them. You can run an extra cord. We just for now throw a battery pack in here and let the kiddos charge it that way. Those things will charge like 4 or 5 times, so not a deal breaker, but it is what it is. All right, so a couple more quick questions. So a lot of people will ask, that is not an Allison transmission. GM has that's their transmission with an Allison name. Listen guys, here's how it works. This Allison sticker means Allison either worked with them or approves it and it meets their standards, okay? Because nobody wants to put their good name on anything that's a bucket of crap. But this transmission is excellent, and it is the exact same model number that is in the L5P Duramax. So you don't have to wonder if this is like a downgraded version of the Allison 10-speed. It is exact. All right, next thing, everybody wants to know, is this Multiflex tailgate worth it? This Multiflex tailgate, and I did a video on all the different things that it does and explain, because there's more versions of what the tailgate does moving around than what I'm going to use it for. But all I can tell you is I am 6'2", and the top of the tailgate is at the top of my lat. So unless you got string bean legs or you're super young and don't mind jumping, just having this truck with the step makes this tailgate worth it for me, for getting in and out and everything like that. So getting in and out, when you can put this step down, or you're at the lake or your 4th of July and you can sit there, just getting in and out of the truck, that is worth this weight. Because now this tailgate used to be, I think, over $1,000 when it first came out, and now it's $500. So I wish I had some type of step on the General. I do not, and it is a beast to get into. So again, this Multiflex tailgate just for that purpose. And again, I have steps here and I have steps over there, and that Ford just came to the market with it. Chevy's had these for years. So yes, this tailgate is worth it, but I will put a link in this video on where to see what the Multiflex does and the explanations behind all of the different settings. But just this one piece is worth it. And if you get the step in the Ford, I think it's like $300, so it's about comparable. So again, guys, that is the handful of most asked questions. So I thought I'd just do a video on that because that might be easier to explain. Now, would I buy this truck again if it had more swag in it? Yeah, I'd love to have bucket seats and I'd love to have that new interior. But for the channel, and I mean in all reality, if somebody just wants more than a work truck, this custom trim level and the Pro level in the Sierra is well worth it, because it gives me all the safety tech I want. It gave me tons of camera. It gave me push button start, which I love. I don't like having my keys dangling there, slap me in the knee, because I got so many fobs on there. But yeah, really, this trim level is really spectacular. And because it's a custom versus a sport, you get all like the painted matching, you know, bumpers and everything like that, you know, without having to go into like a Midnight or a Sport. I mean, I like it. So hope that answers your question, guys. Please hit the subscription button down there in the corner. Hit the notification bell, and if you don't mind, give me a like. And at last but not least, if you get anything from this video, make sure you tell somebody that you have still in your life that you care about, that you're glad that they're still there. We'll see you on the next one, guys.